Hello friends, welcome back to my channel, or if you're new, thanks for tuning in. My name is Josie, and today's video is a little chat while I work, addressing a common problem that we crafters tend to have, clutter. This basket used to be filled with mountains of stickers, and after watching a few inspiring videos by some of my favorite YouTubers on how to create a little bit of organization, I decided to make myself a sticker book, just like I had when I was a little girl. With the new year just having begun, one of my main goals is to be a little bit more intentional with what I bring into my home, and of course that means my studio too. I'm becoming more organized in all aspects of life, and with the goals that I have this year for my journal making business, that especially means in my workspace. I want to grow my YouTube channel. My goal for 2025 is to reach 1,000 subscribers. But in order to do that, I need to be uploading regular videos consistently. I noticed a common theme in the videos that I have posted. At the end, I often say that I want to share regularly, but oops, then I don't. I have every intention. But either I can't decide on a project, or my desk is a mess, or I can't find what I need. So I know after watching other YouTubers getting things sorted out that I'm not alone. I've slowly been working my way through my studio, shelf by shelf, drawer by drawer, bin by bin, intentionally taking out every single item, cleaning its storage space, and truly being honest with myself about what needs to go. I think we all take a look at something old and realize that we could do something great with it. But can we do something great with literally everything? I know I don't have the time. So today I'm just going to walk you through the basic steps in how I made my sticker book. I had some discarded books from the library, so I just decided to go ahead and take the old book jacket off of this one. And instead, I'm going to fill it up with some shiny pages that I can use to collect my stickers. In the book that I just went through, some of them I peeled right off the backing, but a lot of them, especially the little flower and anything clear, I just put a little bit of tape runner on the back so that it would stick into my album and come out easily. It works really well. This one I'm going to use for my Christmas stickers, but I didn't get too fussy about decorating the cover or anything like that because this one's just for myself. And I think that took a lot of the pressure off, honestly, when I was making it. So I hope that this is a project that you will try. I know it condensed that big basket of intimidating stickers. I mean, honestly, I wasn't going to spend an hour searching for just the one perfect thing anymore. This way, I just flip through a book. So right now, I'm just cutting out all the pages that are in this book. I have a little blade that I like to use for this because sometimes it's a little tricky to get in there along the spine. But these ones came out pretty good. I'll set those aside and maybe I can make use of them in my job. Okay, so now the cover is ready to go. I'm thinking whether or not I should reinforce the spine, but I really lucked out in this book. It's actually a very thick spine to begin with, so it's really not that floppy. I'm just going to use a little bit of masking tape to reinforce it. All it is just an extra little layer to keep the spine from kind of collapsing and your sewn in pages from coming out. So I think masking tape will do. Now I just found a little piece of fabric that I had hidden away in my stash, and I'm just going to tear it off to cover both the outside spine of the book and the inside. And that again just adds another little layer of support in this book. making something for myself really takes the heat off on everything having to be perfect. In this project, I really don't think I did a lot of measuring. I just held it up. If it looked like it was going to work, I went for it. So there we go. Now we have our fabric for the inside. So it's great. It works on fabric, paper, and it holds really well. So I'm just going to put some down the spine. And then I think I'll also put a little bit along the edges of the fabric so that it doesn't flop around. I am going to cut a little bit of paper to put on the inside covers of the book, so that'll hide any of the ugly parts of the material that I ripped. There we go. The nice thing about this glue is that it dries really fast and it's really, really strong, so I'm confident that my book will last as long as I need it to. I'm hoping starting this year to be releasing weekly videos. I'm thinking Saturday mornings. I do sell my journals in a local artisan shop in my community, but I would also like to make them available for sale online. I do have an Etsy shop. It is empty at the moment, but I would like to maybe list some in there. I'm not sure. I've been researching how to navigate it all. What do you guys think of Etsy? If you have any advice or suggestions, please leave me a comment down below. I read them all. Okay, so now we're just going to cover the outer spine. Just kind of make it look a little bit nicer. Add a little extra layer. I'm going to use some pretty basic scrap paper that I have, and I'm just measuring out a template for the spine so that I can sew my pages inside. I usually just mark it off at the length of the book and then the width of the spine. I'll snip that off. There we go. Now I'm just going to take my ruler and I'm just going to try and make markings on here of where my signatures are going to go. Again, it doesn't have to be perfect. This book is for my eyes only. So if you're looking for a quick, easy fix for, dare I say, your messy basket, I don't know. I don't know how you store your stickers right now, but this is a really good way to go. So I folded it in the middle to find the middle. And then I will do one marking at the top and I'll do a marking at the bottom. And that way, wherever the pencil marks meet, I will know that's where I'm going to be poking my holes. Just grabbing my clips so it doesn't wiggle around while I'm trying to use my awl. I did mark at the top of my template a T for top, just so that I can make sure that my signatures are also poked in the same spots. And there we go, all done. Now, usually I use the template that I use to mark the spine to also poke the holes in the signature, and I'm going to do that again this time, but I was having trouble folding this paper because it's so small, so I just placed it inside of my cutter, and I'm just going to use a little, I don't know what you'd call it, it's just kind of like a small bone folder, and I'm just going to mark out score, I guess. I'm going to score the lines so that I can fold my template because otherwise I was really struggling. And I think it's just because the spine of this book is small. I think it was less than an inch, so it was just tricky. That paper is pretty stiff. So now I have scored the line so I can easily fold it. And now I'm just going to get started poking the holes in my signature. So what I used for the signature is laminating. I don't know, it's not paper, it's plastic for sure. Somebody gave me a big package of it, and I don't have a laminator, and I was looking for something shiny, and it just seemed like it would work well. So I'm just speeding it up because I'm going to sew the signatures in. If you do have any questions on the 3-hole pamphlet stitch and you can't quite make out what I'm doing, please drop a comment and I can do a video of that as well. But there's a ton of videos on YouTube for that. It's probably the easiest binding technique that I've seen if you're doing needle and thread. So now I'm just sewing in my first signature. I think I did two signatures, yes. And I did fill them fairly well. There's probably 6 sheets in there. And the neat thing is because it's laminating sheets, each sheet counts for double because they open up even more. So that was pretty cool. I just kind of discovered that as I was figuring out how to put them in there. One side stays shut, so you do have to trim off the edges if you want them to open all the way. So now I'm just tying it in there. I used some kind of old crochet thread that I had found somewhere. Somebody had given it to me, I think. So now I'm going to do the rest. These were a little bit tricky because they're so slippery. It took a little bit of work trying to get my pages all lined up and being able to punch the holes. But even overall, it didn't take me very long. I would say it was at least less than an hour, start to finish, to get this entire book done. And I must say, I've used more stickers since I finished this book than I have in ages. I was so intimidated by digging through that basket, and I knew that once I started looking, then I would keep finding things that I wanted to use. So this way works really well for me.